Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So thank you for joining. Today we'll have a short and special discussion uh, from one of the aspects or one of the epilogues of this book, Disapproved but Not Disowned, again by His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. It's a very beautiful passage or epilogue here, which I've read a few times and I really like it. And the title is God's Reclaiming Project. Because many times people ask this question, hey, भगवान के मन में क्या है दुनिया बनाने वाले काय को दुनिया बनाई क्यों दुनिया बनाई इतना suffering and troubles. Like today only had gone out to get some car service done, and I was seeing that this shooting in FSU for Florida State University, two young guy, 20-year-old, started shooting, two people killed, many injured. It's it's so unfortunate, so sad. Why? Right? Every day we hear people, birth, old age, disease, death, so many challenges, so many cheating, so many relationship issues, so many different kinds of challenges. So this question comes in the heart and the minds of a sincere seeker. Why? What is the purpose? And does God want us to suffer here all the time? Okay. So if that's a question in your mind, or if someone has asked you a question at some point, this passage, this discussion will be of great value. So with prayers to Sri Guru, we'll begin, and I'll primarily read and take some thoughts afterwards. Om Agyan Timrandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatavaham Vande Shri Gurudin Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So listen carefully, because if you miss in the middle, you may not get all the details, and it's like a story with beautiful points. Gopal, Rupa, come and have lunch. Madhavi called out for her kids. So the mother is calling, hey, come kids, it's time for lunch. She had just prepared lunch and wanted them to have it hot. Little Rupa and Gopal were sitting in the corner looking glum. Madhavi called, Madhavi is the mother, called them again loudly, Gopal, Rupa, come. The kids finally came, not to eat but to argue. They had a complaint. Every day you only cook. You don't allow us to cook at all. We have been asking you since long. They accused Madhavi, the mother. Earlier, they had interrupted her cooking many times, desiring to cook on their own. Madhavi's servant maid, who had been observing the whole scene, smiled. The little kids are asking, oh, why are you not allowing us to cook? So, the next topic, imitation cooking. Gopal and Rupa became adamant and they denied to eat. An idea came to Madhavi's mind. She brought a kid's kitchen set and gave them, like the parents do. Okay, chote bachcho, okay, you have your kitchen set. The imitation kitchen had all kinds of utensils made of plastic, vegetables made of wax, a stove that emanated electric light resembling the fire, and so on. Rupa and Gopal enthusiastically started cooking with toys, imitating the movements of their mother. The mother is stirring the pot, they are also stirring the pot. They imagined making chapatis, sabjis, rice, pizza, laddu, and so on, gulab jamun, barfi. They even quarreled with each other on those preparations, on whose preparations were tastier. So Gopal is saying, oh, my preparations are better. No, Rupa says, no, mine are better. Although no cooking had actually happened, the kids were absorbed. Madhavi was concerned that they were hungry. She sent her servant maid to call for the kids, but it was of no use. It was late for their food. Madhavi herself went and called out, but the kids didn't stop their play and come for food. They would cry had she dragged them by force. Hmm. Madhavi patiently waited. Okay, let them continue. After some time, Rupa and Gopal were tired, they became hungry. All the so-called food they had cooked didn't satisfy their hungers. They made a lot of preparations. Rice, dal, chutney, pakoda, puri, sabji, laddu, barfi, samosa. But it was imitation cooking. Their quarrel and conception of being better cooked than each other didn't excite them any longer because they were hungry. But they were a little hesitant to go to the mother. Hmm, because that's what they wanted, right? Oh, we want to cook ourselves. As they had rejected they had rejected mother's food. So they were a little hesitant to go to the mother. Finally, the children came to the mother and said, Mom, we are hungry. Madhavi had been waiting for this. She smiled and asked, Well, you have made so many preparations. Why don't you eat them? Hmm. The kids said, It was just a play. Please give us food. We are very hungry. She then eagerly brought the food and lovingly fed them. The mother and children both became happy, and the servant maid smiled again. The simple story of imitation cooking, by the way, this story is in Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24. Prabhupada mentions this imitation cooking story in a and it's also kind of there is contextual reference in other places also. It gives us deep message about the life of a conditioned soul in this world. So this imitation cooking resembles the life of conditioned soul. Just as the kids wanted to imitate their mother and the cook independently, the conditioned souls also want to imitate the activities of God and try to enjoy life independent of Him. Right? That's why everyone wants to be God in this world or try to imitate him. A child's play lasts for a couple of hours, but the conditioned soul's pursuits for material enjoyment in this world may last for many, many lifetimes, right? We have been struggling for to become wealthy in the last life, in the previous life. Now we got human birth. Now same again. Everyone wants to be the proprietor, enjoyer, master, rich, 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 more wealth, more beauty, more fame, more controllership. This is trying to imitate God. And we've been doing that for many, many lifetimes. Lord Krishna is the supreme controller, master, and enjoyer and proprietor of everything. This is the fundamental aspect. We are not the master, controller, enjoyer, proprietor. Krishna is the supreme father of all beings, as he himself is said in the Bhagavad Gita. So many verses are there in this connection. He is the Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the Pita, he is the Mata, he is the Dhata. And being his children, all living beings are dependent. Like the children are dependent on the parents. The jivas are dependent on the Supreme Lord. We are his children. All living beings are dependent on his mercy, just as the children depend on the mother's care. But unfortunately, some people maintain an attitude of being independent controllers, masters, enjoyers, and proprietors. Thus, God is obliged to keep them in the material world. Does that make sense? It is our desire to be the proprietor, and that's why we are in this material world, like imitation cooking. Oh, we are trying to imitate God. That's why we are here, which is a reflection of the spiritual world. It is a reflection. It like the imitation cooking did not satisfy their hunger, so this imitation God will not satisfy us. Even if one is billionaire, they want 100 billion. Even if one is million, they want 20 million. It doesn't stop any point. It's a reflection of the original kitchen to the children, right? The children have their play kitchen, so it's a reflection. Mother never wants the kids to play perpetually without eating. Does the mother want that? Okay, you keep playing. No, no, I'll not feed you. No. Similarly, very important point, my dear friends, let's pay attention. God never wants the souls to stay in the material world devoid of spiritual bliss. So here the real food represents real bliss. So God wants us to have that real bliss. Krishna wants us to have that real bliss. Mother does not disown her kids for not accepting her food. So initially, Gopal and Rupa did not accept, but still, she didn't say, hey, you rejected my food, you are like doomed forever. Never come to me again. No. When they realized their mistake, that the imitation food did not quench, did not satisfy their hunger, the mother welcomed them. So the mother, she desires and tries to make them eat food from her loving hands. So God wants us to do that, but He will not force. You remember, if the mother would have forced, it would have only lead to problems and crying and more tantrums. Similarly, God does not disown the conditioned soul. Hmm. Is this all making sense so far? God does not disown. He desires and tries to take them to His loving company for eternal life in His spiritual abode. Everyone agrees that the God desires and He tries. Now you may wonder, how does He try? How does He try to reclaim the souls, the conditioned souls? Right? The following are the 5 things arranged by the Lord to help the conditioned souls to reunite with Him. Can anyone think of what could be in the five things arranged by Krishna to help the conditioned souls to reunite with Him? Any thoughts, guesses? There are many, but here 5 primarily are listed. Is everyone with me or kind of spaced out? I don't hear you. I don't see you.
Yes, Prabhuji, we are with you.
Thank you. Can someone think of what could be the 5 things arranged by the Lord to help the conditioned souls to reunite with Him? Okay, um, I'll share. Yes, Sheetal Mataji, you were saying something, sorry.
No, Prabhuji, I was just going to try saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he gives us opportunities to serve.
Opportunities to serve. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice, very nice point. Oh, someone said sends guru. Yeah, beautiful point. Acharyas, gurus, very nice. Yes, that's excellent. Okay, that's one of the 5. So I'll share the 5. Number 1, creation. This creation is like that space. Like the mother had arranged that imitation kitchen for the kids who didn't want to eat the food, which represents pure bliss, but they wanted to cook themselves. The mother said, well, you'll burn yourself. Take this imitation kitchen. So God creates the material world to fulfill the desire of conditioned soul to enjoy independently. Just as the mother gives the toy kitchen set to children to fulfill their desire to cook. If anyone asks this question next time, well, we can, can properly respond. Within the duration of one creation, if the conditioned soul do not rise above their rebellious mentality, नहीं 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 मुझे तो और रहना है यहाँ पे, मुझे और imitation cooking करना है. I want to be the independent enjoyer more. Okay, he'll take again one more birth. Puranapi Jananam, Puranapi Maranam. Hmm. So this creation is to rise above the rebellious mentality. And the merciful God creates the material world again and again and to give them chance. चलो बार अगली बार समझेगा अगली बार next life बहुत lives हो गए. Number 2, frustration. In the multifarious attempts of the living entities to enjoy in this material world, which is like a jail also. So jail में frustration तो होगा. Jail is not the meant to be the place to enjoy. So in this world, we will be cheated financially, emotionally, relationship, health issues, death, loss of a dear one, diseases, challenges. Like I was mentioning today only, Florida State University, 2 people killed because of school shooting. You'll be frustrated in the multifarious attempts of the living beings because Jiva wants to enjoy. In this material world, they will inevitably get what? Frustration. Just as the imaginary food items cooked with the toys do not satisfy the hunger of children, any amount of temporary material pleasure cannot satisfy the eternal spirit soul. The best वो millionaire बन जाए, billionaire बन जाए, president, prime minister, head of a company, they may own a billion-dollar company, still it will not satisfy the true hunger of the soul, because like a fish out of water will not be happy. उसको कुछ भी दे दो. The fish cannot be happy outside the water. So we will never be happy until we are in the true home. This material world is a place of frustration. दुख हाले हम. Sorry to say that, but that's the truth. Children compete and quarrel with cooking, although no actual factual cooking happens. Similarly, conditioned souls also compete, quarrel, and envy each other in their attempts to enjoy. ऐसा ही होता है, compete, quarrel, prove oneself better in attempts to enjoy. My food is better, my home is better, my car is better, my this is better, my job is better, my income is better, my life is better, my Facebook status is better, my number of followers are better. Everyone is quarreling and competing, right? That leads to further frustration for want to enjoy real spiritual happiness. Just as the hungry children approach the mother for food, frustrated people, if fortunate, seek shelter of God. So, frustrated people, Chaturvida bhajante mam, jana sukritin arjuna, artha jigyasir artharthi jnani cha bharata shubha. They reach out to some better solution. This is not satisfying. They reach out to the mother, we need real food. They reach out to Guru, we need real food. They reach out to Krishna or Guru. Number three, so one was creation. Number two, frustration. Number three, scriptures. Just as mother gives good instruction to the children, God enlightens the humanity by scriptures. Scriptures are the words of God. I shared a quote also from the Madhya Lila in the group also. Maya Mugda Jiver what's that verse? Yeah. Maya Mugda Jive Nahi Swata Krishna Gyan Jivera Kripaila Krishna Jivela Kripaila Koila Krishna Ved Puran. The forgetful living entities or the conditioned souls have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord. And just to transfer, they're engrossed in thinking of mental activities. Just to transfer their thinking power to spiritual sky back home, back. Krishna, Dvapayan Vyas, Krishna himself, literally incarnation, has given the Shastra, scriptures. So number three is scriptures, which Krishna has given himself, like the instruction manual. Hmm. So it describes the sambandha, relationship between us and Krishna, God, the process of reuniting, the sadhana bhakti called abhideya, and the purpose of life. What is the goal? So basically, what is that product? Like if you buy a product, you get a manual. Okay, what is the purpose? What is the relationship? How to operate it? And what is the how can you get true benefit? What is the abhideya? What is um, the ultimate outcome of that product of our life is Krishna Prem. Then number four, Acharya. Mother sends her servant maid to call for the children absorbed in the play to come and eat food. Similarly, God sends his representatives, the acharyas or spiritual teachers, guru, to educate the conditioned souls absorbed in material pursuits to take to spiritual life. So Krishna tries again and again through guru, through teachers. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada came to wake us up. Jiva Jago, Gaur Chandra Bole, Kota Nita. Kote Nidra Yaho Maya Pishachira call it. Until what point you'll keep sleeping in the lap of witch called Maya? Get up. The acharyas explain the scriptures in a way understandable by the humanity, right? And present systematic methods for practicing scriptural principles. So, कैसे हम contemporary situation में समझ सके? If it was not for Prabhupada, how would we understand all the Shastra, Gita, Bhagavad, etc.? And apply those sadhana bhakti principles. So hearing from acharyas is very important. It guides the humanity how to lead life to attain the ultimate love of God. And number five is incarnations. So incarnation is mother also personally comes to take the playing children for food. Mother khud lekar aati. So mother here represents the incarnations, different incarnations like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Tomara hoina jiva kore avatar. I have come specially for you. He comes as Tulasi, right? He comes in Ganga, liquid God, and God Shaligram, deities. He comes personally also. Ekadashi Tithi, Janmashtami, etc. So many festivals are there. Those are also his expansions mm, to attract our hearts. Knowing and discussing them, people get inspired to join the Lord. So through all these ways, so it's discuss five and then a lot of extra also, different festivals, different months like Kartik Mas and Adhik Mas, etc. These are all different ways arranged by the Lord to help condition soul. Festivals, Rath Yatra, God Purnima, Janmashtami, etc. Although he disapproves the conditioned soul's superfluous quest for material enjoyment, but he still cares, he remembers, he's not forgotten us. He keeps arranging different ways. So we discuss five: creation, frustration, scriptures, guru, acharyas, and incarnations, so that we can come back to him. He never disowns, he disapproves, but does not disown us. He disapproves our acts of the Baddha Jiva, but does not disown. That's the title of the book. Disapproved, but not disowned. A parent may disapprove of some acts of children, but they don't disown. Hey, forget, get out, never come back again. You are not my child anymore. Even if the child has done the biggest crime, the parent will still, they may disapprove of that act, but they'll not disown their children. Hmm. Someone may question if God has so much love and compassion on the suffering souls in this world, why can't He just take them all to the spiritual world? He's all powerful, right? Yes? If He has so much love and care and concern, why don't He just take everyone? Here is the answer: acknowledging the autonomy. God is supremely independent. The souls, being His part and parcel, have minute independence. Krishna does not interfere with the little independence of the soul, although He can do so, but He does not generally interfere until one is given. Even a guru will not interfere. Hmm? Hmm. Unless they have given, like, okay, you take my charge. Karishyasi vachanam tava. Oh Krishna, you run the reins of my chariot. Generally, Krishna does not. So, because we are Krishna's part and parcel, so we have minute independence. Some people misuse their independence to enjoy separately from God and thus suffer. Now, who is to be blamed? God is not to be blamed for that. The constitutional position of a soul is eternally to love and serve God and experience the spiritual bliss. But in the conditioned state, the soul's loving propensity and service attitude are covered due to ignorance, false ego, and misuse of independence. So, what's covering us, my dear friends? Ignorance, ajnana, right? Then false ego, ahankara vimudhatma, kartamiti manyate, and the misuse of one's independence. So if Krishna wants, within a moment, he can make everyone love him and serve him. Even ordinary hypnotists can manipulate people. Why can't God do so? Right? There's ordinary hypnotists can manipulate. Can God not manipulate us? He can, but he does not do it because force, love, and service are unpalatable. How many of us like forced love? Hey, you have to talk to me. Hey, you have to love me or I'll shoot you. Hey, I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're my most dear friend. Yeah. Yeah. Will we like such friendship? Will we like such love? Will we like such conversation where we feel the person is being pressurized to talk to us or pressurized to be kind to us? No. We all like genuine, loving, voluntary, right? So bhakti is voluntary, right? So it will be unpalatable for the Lord. If the living entity voluntarily loves and serves Krishna, he becomes ecstatic to receive and reciprocate the love. So Krishna will also reciprocate. If the jiva does, Krishna is sensitive to the situation of the conditioned soul and patiently waits for them to develop their innate love of God. Patiently. Sometimes parents also, have to be patient. They say something, children have a different opinion. Then what do? Okay, patiently wait. Maybe they'll realize after some months, some years. And he endeavors in many ways to awaken. But he's waiting, but he's still thinking of the welfare of the children. So he endeavors in many ways. We discussed the 5 ways and many others also. But it does not interfere in their autonomy, independence. Yet never does he disown them or leave them to rot in the material world. He keeps trying, he keeps trying. कभी तो भूले भटके आएगा, अपने आप सीखेगा, समझेगा, आएगा. Hmm. So this is God's reclaiming project. Any other thoughts? There's some more passage, but maybe we'll keep that for another day. Um, Thank you. I want to keep the reading short, but one or two thoughts or comments we can take and then pass for today. Did all of you heard any thoughts, any comments, corrections, questions?
Prabhuji, can you throw some light on the second part again, like frustrations, like how
Hmm.
that is?
Frustration. This world is dukhalayam, right?
Mm.
Our plans to enjoy will be met only with frustration. The more we try to enjoy independently of God, the more we'll be frustrated through challenges because this is dukhalayam. It's like trying to be happy in a place of suffering. What will we meet with? We'll meet with frustration. We will meet with suffering, health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, job issues. So these days, visa issues. All the people may become a via medium, but it's the nature of whether this ruler or that ruler. There'll always be, Prabhupada went with his friend to the, to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said, well, let India get independent. Then I'm right now serving the Subhash Chandra Bose's and Gandhi's followers. He needs young people to liberate India, to be free from the British rule. Then the guru, the pure guru said, well, this person or that person, this ruler or that ruler, this country or that, this is not real liberation. Real liberation is to connect to Krishna. And until we get that, we will be frustrated. Until we connect, we learn to enjoy in connection to Krishna. The servant enjoys in serving the master. Until that point, our plans will be shattered and only met with frustration. Don't we feel sad, frustrated when someone goes through like a job loss or through a health crisis or loss of a dear one or some relationship issues or challenges in health, kids, husband, wife, so many. Every day I hear so many like, divorce cases. It's so unfortunate. Like I mentioned today about the FSU incident. It's just happened today, like few hours before. Two like young college, 20 years old people like dead. Who had thought their parents, their friends, they themselves? Isn't this world like frustrating our plans to enjoy? The three tapa of the Maya Devi, Trishul, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik. So this is all part of the frustration or dukhanayam.
So the five things that are listed, are they saying that the God is creating those or situations, or those are the means that he wants us to connect with him?
No, this is his arrangement. This is God's ultimately anything and everything is the creation of God. Jivas have desire to enjoy, so God has created like a dummy kitchen,
Mm.
a dummy world to enjoy, like an amusement park, right? But amusement park is not our real home. We may find some temporary, oh, bouncing cars, striking cars, candy, and this and that. But ultimately, can just someone make amusement park their home?
No.
No. It's dukhalyam ashashvatam. It's the parents tell kids, okay, you stay at amusement park forever. They'll get frustrated. This is not our real home. The more we try to enjoy and stay inside, we will be met only with frustration. So an intelligent person understand. It's like a hotel. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, home or hotel, right? This is a hotel. I need to wrap up. I'm here temporarily. I have a temporary life, 30, 50, 70 years. I need to wrap up. If I don't do it, I'll be born again, maybe in a dog species, maybe in some other species. These are arrangements by the Lord. The creation itself is an arrangement. And the creation is designed in such a way, like jail. Now, someone will say, why is jail not a very joyful place? Because it's designed to be that way. The creator, the government has designed it to so that the people don't. If it is meant to be a very jolly and happy in place, then everyone will want to go in the jail, which is not the right place. Does it help, Mata?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. You said Krishna does not force Sarita Mataji's comment. He arranges the various ways to reclaim us like Guru Sadhu Shastra. Isn't that force also, but indirect force? So wouldn't it be nice if forces directly? Um, it's it's encouragement, it's inspiration, right? There's difference between forcing and encouraging. Like you want your child to be successful, but it's like you can share it with them, but you can't say, hey, take this book or I'll give you a slap, right? That's not how book distribution is done. But some have a choice. Hey, please take this book. It will help you in your life in every aspect. Some will take it. Many won't. So is it force? Not really. It's not force. Is it going beyond our comfort zone to help Krishna, to help Lord Chaitanya's mission? Yes, that we must do. So the Jiva takes that risk and even goes to even the people who don't have faith. Although Krishna says, don't give it to the faithless people. But Mahaprabhu is more merciful. So therefore, actually Mahaprabhu goes one step further, right? He told, hey, go to Jagai Madai. Devotees are like they're the least qualified people. Jagai Madai. Mahaprabhu says, okay, go to them. Nityan Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, they went to them. So the jivas are, but still they did not like completely force. Although Agyat Sukruti, or sometimes they may, okay, they may change anyone if they want to, but they will not because again they don't want to force. So we have to follow the general path, right? We can't take the exception path. So won't it be nice to force directly? Um, no, one has to pay the price. One has to pay the price. Like, can the president go to jail and say, "Hey, I give you one like chance, get out of the jail, right? Get out of the jail. I'll free you all. I have the right. I have the power." He does. He may do for one or two, right? He has the power to do for all also, but they all are not ready, and they're all not ready. They are not sincere. So one has to pay the price of sincerity. Shraddhavan, one has to pay the price of faith. One has to, it's like, it's like some people, they win $1 million lottery. but they go bankrupt again. Right? These are all material examples. We can't relate fully, but we have to try to understand. Even if everyone gets $1 million, it's not that everyone is going to use it properly. Half of them will become bankrupt in 1 year. And that happens with many people who win lottery. Right? So one has to pay the price of one's sincerity. Krishna, I want you. Krishna, I really love you. And Krishna, I want to be with you. Not just saying it, but feeling it, doing it, showing it to our body, mind, and words and heart. And then yes, he is more willing. Yes, he is more willing than us to reclaim us. So as you said, he's still concerned. He still cares. That's why he's trying. And he's be very happy. I hope that answers, Mata. Okay, so I guess we will pause here and you have a nice weekend and Krishna conscious weekend. So thank you so much. Please take care. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, God's Reclaiming Project ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripasindubhyeva cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namo. Thank you. Hari Bol.